Of course, there's a ton of doom and gloom around Manchester United at the moment. Individual performances, overall results, not a lot to look forward to. Are we going to sign loads of people in the summer? I don't know, because we don't even know who's going to own us. The Glazers are taking a piss even as they're trying to leave the building. So what are we going to do? Well, we'll look and see if there's any positivity on loan, because there has been some lads that have been doing bits on loan. So let's talk about them. I think the headline player that's been doing bits on loan at the moment is Amad Diallo. Now, he's continued the bright form that we've spoken about previously. He had a stunning goal at the weekend in Sunderland's 3-0 win over Preston, which has ensured their spot in the Championship playoffs, where they're going to meet Luton Town. Although Sunderland manager Tony Mowbray believes that the forward will join United in pre-season and try his best to impress Erik ten Hag, he remains open to extending his loan stay at the Stadium of Light for another year to continue his development. And that might be a good move. If United are going to invest into some forwards, I think Ahmad's had a fantastic time on loan. I think he would probably be a little bit too soon, and you only develop by playing games. So I would say, do you know what? Go and spend the first 6 months in the Premier League at Sunderland and we'll see how you get on. And if it looks like we're fine without you, finish the season and we'll see how it goes. But he is Sunderland's top scorer this season, which is nothing to be sniffed at for a lone player. And he has been lighting up the Stadium of Light all season. He's been awarded their Young Player of the Year. Romano seemed to indicate that it's his dream to still feature for United's senior team, which is fair enough. And he said, understand that Amad is only dreaming of a Manchester United chance. He loves the club and hopes an opportunity will come with the first team next season. But I think just playing Premier League football at Sunderland wouldn't be the worst idea for him at all. In terms of the bigger picture, 13 goals in 37 league appearances this season, which has sparked the speculation, as it should really, of a first-team role at Manchester United. You got to look at the different way the teams play, for starters, and the different level in competition. But doing that in the Championship is not to be sniffed at. That is a bloody difficult league. He did flatter to deceive in a United shirt after that quite large money move as a very unproven sort of young talent. But there has been quite a good correlation between players that have gone on and done well in the Championship leading to success in the Premier League. So he's obviously grown. You know, when he first got here, it was settling in dramas. He's gone on, he's grown, he's improved. He has now proven himself in England, albeit not in a United shirt. I think he should probably look to continue his loan. But if he sticks around with the first team, it's because he's earned it. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on. Another player that has gone on and impressed and won a Young Player of the Year is Alvaro Fernandez. And he's been exceptional at Deepdale at Preston. He joined them in the summer in search of first team minutes. And he's young as well. And you know, he's keen on using this loan spell as a springboard into Ten Hag's plans, especially with the fullback area being one of a bit of constant movement and talking in the first team. Fernandez has shown unbelievable promise. He has had 42 appearances across all competitions for Preston this season. He's managed 6 assists. Stylistically, he's been playing more of a left wing back, and there are still obviously questions when you do that about your defensive ability. But the decision as to whether he's done enough to merit an opportunity in the first team rests with Erik ten Hag. He's arguably not too far behind the understudy in Terrell Malacia, but the fact that we spent money on Malacia probably puts him ahead in the pecking order. But either way, the development, the winning of Young Player of the Year for Preston will certainly help his cause, and he'll be another young man that comes into pre-season, goes, I want a fair crack of the whip. What have you got? Now, there's been some other loanees that have done well as well. Hannibal came off the bench in the 66th minute as Birmingham City lost 2-1 at home to promoted Sheffield United. He's had an underwhelming loan, but it has been awarded Birmingham's goal of the season, which I guess is something. Ethan Laird played the full 90 as a right-back as QPR were beaten 2-0 by Bristol City at Loftus Road, but there was still some joy as QPR escaped relegation. I like Ethan. I think he's a tremendous player, brilliant technique, very athletic, quite an intelligent and aggressive defender. And I think he's got a career in the game. I know there's been ups and downs at QPR this season, and I think the changing of managers hasn't really gone to plan for them. Ethan could come in and make himself part of the backup at United, but it'd be interesting to see if he can do any more than that I don't know if he's got a future at United because the age is getting on. He's had trouble with injuries. I think it might be best for him if he goes and finds somewhere that he's going to play first-team football permanently. And I think that'll probably happen. I wouldn't be surprised to see him rock up somewhere like a Crystal Palace maybe and start without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe even Fulham. Axel Tuanzebe, still a United player, wasn't involved at Stoke's 2-0 reverse at Watford. Injury issues are still a concern. This guy was one of the best natural defenders I have ever seen. I don't know if United could still command a fee for him because of the injury problems that he's got. But I think the end is probably near, if not here, for Axel at United. Just couldn't get over his injuries. Otherwise, there was no question about his attitude, his temperament, or his ability as a player. But injuries are a factor, and they've been a huge factor in Axel's career, sadly. Shola Shoretire scored his first senior goal as Bolton won 3-2 at Bristol Rovers in League One, and has largely underwhelmed. There's Bolton fans that are in the chat all the time and are just saying physically not ready, which is fair. He's a small player and a young player, so it's kind of to be expected. Another scorer this weekend was Will Fish, who headed home in Hibernian's 2-1 win over St Mirren in the top flight in Scotland. It's his third goal since joining Hibs, and it turned out to be the eventual winner as Hibs boosted their chance of qualifying for Europe next season. He's gone down quite well, I believe, Will, since he's been on loan there at Hibs, so fair play to him. And then there's an interesting one. We might do a full scout report on Mati Kovar, because with what's been going on around De Gea, everyone's been clipping up bits of Kovar. He's been plying his trade on loan at Sparta Prague and has been impressing as they top the table. And he's got 9 clean sheets to his name as well this season. He's even got 1 assist, which maybe many at the club, including Ten Hag, might have been impressed with. With De Gea toiling, Henderson's future in doubt. Kovar been at the club for a while now. This loan spell has kind of gone under the radar for almost the entire season. I don't know if he's in with a shout of being United's first choice, but he might have done himself no harm whatsoever in his development if he could maybe go and maybe move closer to home where he can be kept an eye on a little bit closer. But very interesting loan now from Kovar. Let me know in the comments, would you like us to do a deep dive scout report and start pulling out as much data as you can find, because the data on Sparta Prague isn't as strong as it is in some of the bigger leagues. But let us know in the comments what you think about those, and whether or not you'd like us to look into Mati Kovar's loan and whether or not he could replace De Gea. Let us know in the comments. See you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.